The newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in at Dabra, Accra. It's also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, Accra Metropolitan Assembly commences Operation Red Line strategy to demarcate a designated area for pedestrians and regulated trading as decongestion exercise enters day 2.
Because things are in a rush, so we have to take a rush. Decision. Yes, but I know this will help them for the meantime.
Also coming up, Bank of Ghana to focus more on reform sustainability to ensure Citi continues its firm grip against major trading currencies.
The appreciation of the Citi reflects a combination of factors, including prudent monetary policy, the improved market sentiment, external sector gains that we are witnessing.
Still ahead, Minerals Commission deploys 453 blue water guards across 7 MMDAs in the western region to help fight illegal mining. And later, Chamber of Freight Forwarders and Traders dispels claims custom officers at the port charge importers unapproved rates.
So for customs, which is a state institution, they have no option than to use the Bank of Ghana rate. That is what happens all the time. The challenge is with companies that are operating within the port.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5 and Beach FM 105.5, both in Takrade. Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani. Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. Volta region, we are live on Holy FM 98.5 in Aplao. Northern region, Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi. Upper East, Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu. Upper West, we are live on Bugli Radio 88.6 in Wa. We are also live on YouTube on Citi FM's YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook and Twitter handles.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time. Now, the Bank of Ghana says it will intensify key reforms to consolidate recent gains made by the city, which has appreciated by nearly 17% year to date. The rally of the local currency has been largely driven by coordinated fiscal discipline and tight monetary policy measures. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, believes the next phase of reforms will focus on sustaining foreign exchange inflows and tightening regulatory oversight in the forex market. He was speaking at the opening of the bank's 124th Monetary Policy Committee meeting a while ago at the Bank Square.
The appreciation of the Citi reflects a combination of factors, including prudent monetary policy, the improved market sentiment, as well as the external sector gains that we are witnessing. We are also seeing encouraging signs of macroeconomic progress. For example, Ghana has reached a staff-level agreement with the IMF regarding the fourth review of the ECF program. And although some prior actions remain outstanding, the trajectory is clearly positive.
Dr. Johnson Esiama is governor of the Bank of Ghana. The president of the Chamber of Freight Forwarders and Traders, Dennis Amfo-Sefa, has dispelled claims that custom officers at the ports are charging importers unapproved rates. A section of the public has been demanding a reduction in the cost of imported vehicles and spare parts to reflect the appreciation of the cedi against the dollar. But some importers say custom officers are not using updated rates from the central bank. But speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, Dennis Amfo-Sefa rather blamed shipping lines for using arbitrary rate contrary to the Bank of Ghana rates.
So for customs, which is a state institution, they have no option than to use the Bank of Ghana rate. That is what happens all the time. The challenge is with companies that are operating within the port, and they add up the cost of doing business in the port. So no one can tell you customs is using a different rate rather than what is issued by the BOG. That is not correct. Always use rate that is issued by BOG. Something like that is where the challenge is. For them, they are not under any obligation or law to follow the charges. Some have also hedged their point, and maybe after or two will review it. They do that with currency or exchange rate fluctuations, which sometimes will be up or down against their business. That is where the main problem is. That is where the biggest challenge is, because it is not uniform.
The Chamber of Freight Forwarders and Traders has therefore called on the Ghana Shippers Authority to intervene and regulate charges to fit current exchange rates.
Some of the challenges over the years, we have complained and complained and complained. Exactly. To find out what exactly these are the problems. Predecessor CEOs for quite a long time. The Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders have been complaining. Guta has been everybody in the shipping have been complaining of how shipping lines charge, wake up one morning and change the charges, wake up one morning, even on weekends. And on weekends that some time ago was closed. Even though the shipping lines don't even work on weekends, they'll be charging demurrages on weekends. There are so many things in this space that needs to be addressed. So we cannot blame entirely the importers and the spare parts.
President of the Chamber of Freight Forwarders and Traders, Dennis Amfo-Sefa. The Ghana Gold Board says it is reviewing a petition from the concerned Small-Scale Miners Association, which is requesting a 1-month extension of the deadline for submitting documents for gold buyer license. The deadline for the submission of all the necessary documents expires today. However, the association laments that many of its members have struggled to gather the required document in time. In an interview with Citi News, President of the association, Michael Kojo Pepera, said an extension will go a long way to prevent their members from operating without a license.
We wrote a petition to Gold Board to extend the deadline to another month so that it will enable a lot of our members to acquire the various certificates in getting their buying license. Yes, we've had a reply from them that they are considering whether to extend it or not. So we are yet to get a communique from Gold Board. I'm sure they will, because we all want Gold Board to succeed. And if Gold Board extends the days for the application, it will help Gold Board in the sense that a lot of our members will be able to get a buying license and they can buy the gold legitimately. Also, when a lot of our members get their buying license, it will curb smuggling, and as a matter of fact, the Gold Board that will benefit. So I think we are even working in their interest so that at least we will get a couple of people to easily get their legitimate licenses to operate legally.
President of the concerned Small-Scale Miners Association, Michael Kojo Pepera. The Minerals Commission has deployed 213 guards across 7 metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in the Western region to help protect water bodies from pollution caused by illegal small-scale mining. The guards, part of an expected 2,000 personnel to be trained and deployed nationwide, completed their training under the Ghana Navy on April 14 and will work under the coordination of the Ghana Navy and the police. Speaking at a deployment in the the Elembele district, the Western Regional Director of the Minerals Commission, Francis Anobil, urged beneficiary communities to cooperate with the guards in carrying out their mandate.
The time has come for these guards to officially begin their duties, and we are gathered here as witnesses to this important moment. Today, they are being outdoored and formally introduced to the communities they will serve. Whenever we see them on our water bodies or in our forest, let us remember that they are carrying out the responsibilities entrusted to them. They will be working in close collaboration with the Ghana Police Service and are expected to report. They will be working in close collaboration with the Ghana Police Service and are expected to report any suspicious or illegal activities they encounter. We urge all residents to support these guards in the execution of their duties to ensure the protection of our natural resources.
You heard the Western Regional Director of the Minerals Commission, Francis Anobil. The National Youth Authority is assuring Ghanaians of its commitment to sustaining the National Apprenticeship Program. The program, launched by President Mahama on May 2, aims to train over 10,000 young people with practical apprenticeship skills in its initial phase. Addressing public concerns about the program's sustainability in an interview with Citi News, the National Youth Authority's Chief Executive, Osman Ayaraga, explained that the government is making plans to ensure the program's longevity.
When they get to the point they determine that a forest area is red, or code red, it means that they need a backup of the military. And in this particular case, that underscores what the challenge is. This is an area that was red. This is an area that has been liberated more or less. And the force is monitored on a daily basis. And now people were trying to make incursions, they were trying to prevent it. And that's what is happening. It calls for immediate backup of the military. We just finished the early this morning talking to the Defense Minister, working with the police to make sure we do everything possible to support the Forestry Commission officers who are fighting, and to give them the support they need to get a hope that they are not alone in this fight. I think that the IGP will do everything possible to make sure that the perpetrators are brought to book. It's very important. It's very, very important.
Osman Ayaraga further highlighted that the program's long-term goal is to train over 500,000 Ghanaians over the next 4 years.
Yes, now this current program is going to have a very great impact on the youth of this country, especially for those who are not in education, for those who are not in employment, and for those who are not in any form of training. And looking at being able to train and employ close to 500,000 people in the next 4 years is a huge success to reducing youth unemployment, because currently youth unemployment is hovering around 2 million individuals. If you even look at the population growth rate and how it's going to increase, if you are able to take out 500,000 of those youth who are unemployed out of the unemployment bracket, and with other programs such as the Ejumera, such as the 1 million coders also taking portions out of the unemployment bracket, we should be moving towards reducing youth unemployment. So these programs are going to have very great impact on society. They're going to have very great impact on the youth. They're going to have very great impact on the economy as well.
That was the Chief Executive of the National Youth Authority, Osman Ayaraga. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still to come, Accra Metropolitan Assembly commences Operation Red Line strategy to demarcate a designated area for pedestrians and regulated trading as decongestion exercise enters day 2. Please stay with us.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel 1 TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agriculture exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. The Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Michael Kpakpo-Alote, has announced plans to provide a permanent spot for hawkers trading along the street and other unauthorized areas in the central business district within 2 months. He made the comment on the second day of the decongestion exercise aimed at improving traffic flow and enhancing sanitation in the metropolis. Speaking to Citi News during a demarcation operation for pedestrians and regulated trading, dubbed Operation Redline, the Accra Mayor reaffirmed his commitment to continue the initiative until its objective is fully achieved.
Because things are in a rush, so we have to take a rush decision. Yes, but I know this will help them for the meantime, but within a month or two, I'll try and get some place for them.
What are your plans for the traders who that to occupy the place?
I didn't ask them to come there. Okay. Number two, they know better that where they are is not the right place to sell. So if I entertain them by saying I want to look for a place for them, I already have enough problems already. So they should come to the markets. There's so much space in the markets. So come on, they can't be there.
So how long is this going to stretch? We see the red markings clearly, which you are leading. How long is this going to stretch?
Rolling Spark. Yes.
And do you intend to replicate this elsewhere within the metropolis?
Everywhere.
What happens after these 3 days? We understand the phase of the exercise is just 3 days, but what happens after?
It's 3 days.
No, it's operational, but it's a 2 weeks,
yeah.
And not 3 days.
2 weeks. I'm going to continue this and make sure Accra is clean before I stop.
He heard the Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo-Alote, in that interview with my colleague Fauzu Masaudu, who joins us live on telephone. Fauzu, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Where did the team start this morning on day 2 of the decongestion exercise, and where is the team currently?
Good afternoon, Howard. The team started day 2 of the exercise in the central business district of Accra. That's around Tudu, Rolling Spark, and what have you. Essentially, the places that were covered yesterday, they visited those places again to assess the level of compliance. And as part of today's exercise, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, led by the AME board, and he started the operation Redline, and it's essentially to, it's a demarcation strategy to separate pedestrians from traders, essentially. Currently we are at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where the team is expected to wrap up today's exercise. We are here. But then, unlike yesterday, the task force, was met with resistance from some of these traders. In fact, there was some form of altercation. The traders argued that they were not aware. For the central business district, the traders the operation had been announced to them earlier before the task force visited them to carry out with the operation. But the traders here are saying that they were not informed. It came to them as a surprise. And even more worrying for them is the fact that those who are on the new plan station stretch, which is just a few meters to the VIP station are saying that their structures, their makeshift structures and their items have been demolished, whereas those directly opposite them have been spared. So they do not know, they are saying that they suspect some foul play to some extent. So this has been the situation really here at the Kwame Nkrumah sector as part of the issue of the decongestion exercise by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Korle Klose Municipal Assembly. The AMA boss, which is Michael Pakwalu, is expected to later today visit the government chair to brief him on how the exercise has been so far and the way forward. It's also very important before I go that he stated that he announced plans to provide permanent settlements for some of these traders on the streets within 2 months. Yes.
First, before you go, we have heard the mayor. Many have raised concerns that these traders are going to return. What has been the reaction of the mayor with this particular issue on the traders returning to this particular place they have been evicted from?
So, after the Operation Red Line, it is very important to know that any trader, and in the words of the mayor, any trader who is found violating the Operation Red Line will be dealt with according to the law. The mayor also, announced plans to ensure security visibility at these places that have been barred from trading. That's the pedestrian walkway and the shoulders of the street. So first, traders who are found to violate the Operation Red Line initiative will be dealt with according to the law. And secondly, enhance security visibility at the places that have been disallowed from trading.
Grateful for your time. Fauzi Masaudu is my colleague here at Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Away from that, patients and medical staff at the Menchia District Hospital in the Ashanti region are struggling for space as the facility grapples with severe infrastructure deficits. Located centrally within the Ashanti region, the hospital serves as a critical healthcare access point. However, ongoing equipment shortages and deteriorating infrastructure are hampering its operations. Key units including the main laboratory, surgical wards, emergency department and administrative offices are all operating under improvised conditions. In an interview with Citi News, the medical superintendent of the Menchia District Hospital, Dr. Kamaruddin Hussein, urgently appealed for swift intervention to salvage the facility.
Thing that has to be done, number one, has to do with the infrastructure, because it's not comfortable keeping patients in wooden wards. They are very hot, you cannot fix air conditioning inside, and they are highly uncomfortable. So that's one. So the wooden structures will have to go. The administration is also housed in a wooden structure. That one too will have to go. And then look at the lab. The lab must be closer to the OPD because the wards are far away. The wards and the OPD are almost close. So if a lab can be constructed closer to the OPD, the emergency, and then the wards, that will be very fine. We need expansion of the emergency. The emergency is too small for Menchia. It's just too small. So we need expansion of the emergency. So for the infrastructure, those are the key things that had to be done. Menchia needs not less than 250 bed capacity hospital to be able to comfortably take care of clients in our vicinity.
Hospital authorities also added that retooling the facility will enhance service delivery.
Retooling of the facility is also very important because we are using old equipment. Most of them are breaking down too fast for our liking. Okay? The government will have to retool the facility. We need an anesthetic machine. Menchia needs not less than 2 anesthetic machines to be added, looking at the number of cases that we do. The X-ray, we need a modern X-ray machine. We don't have. In fact, Menchia even is big enough to have a CT scan machine. These are capital-intensive things that we cannot do as a facility. So if government can come in and get us those things, it's going to improve the service delivery that we offer in Menchia Hospital. Then apart from that one, capacity. We need to build capacity. We have quite a number of specialists here. But because the place is so busy, the referrals that we get, some of them are beyond us. We don't have orthopedic surgeons, so we need to think of how we can get orthopedic surgeons, because all our orthopedic cases will have to be referred outside. Those are the few things that we need to look at.
Medical Superintendent of the Menchia District Hospital, Dr. Kamaruddin Hussein, former Chief Executive of the Volta River Authority, Engineer Kek Kofi, has said no individual or group can be blamed for the devastating effect of the Akosombo Dam spillage. The spillage, which occurred in 2023, displaced thousands of residents across 8 communities along the Volta River, including Mepe, Bato, North Town and Bon. In an interview on Face to Face on Channel 1 TV, he explained that the spillage resulted from overwhelming inflows into the dam and was not due to negligence.
No. It all depends, because the lake is huge. Direct rainfall can impact more than what comes from anywhere. Direct rainfall. The lake is huge. It's huge. Okay, so it's just as a result of the inflow. When we went there, they showed us all these figures. Just have a plan. We can see the this thing. You can see the graphical. It goes, it peaks, then it should be coming down. And in the case of 2020, it peaked and then went up again. So then they have to just let the water go. Would have held people responsible if they did not spill enough and the dam had breached. Of course, you can't hold them responsible because they would have gone anyway. Yeah, they would have died. They would have died anyway. But then the good thing, you see, when this spillage came, nobody died. The good thing was that they had what we call emergency preparedness plan, which shows the protocol, what to do when you have to spill water, and then the stakeholders' involvement and everything. All these things have been done, and it was done in 2010.
Former Chief Executive of the Volta River Authority, Engineer Kek Kofi, residents of Amotinu, Salakope and Agaveji in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region are appealing to the government to expedite the commencement of the long-awaited sea defense project. In March, President John Dramani Mahama assured residents of the continuation of Phase 2 of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project. However, work has yet to resume, with the threat of high tide looming despite the temporary recession of the sea. Residents fear further devastation in the coming months if swift action is not taken. A Unity Committee member, Gideon Tete, told Citi News the area needs urgent government intervention to protect lives and properties.
We always hear we should relax, things will come, and nothing is coming, but we are still hoping. And when you come to the rise of the sea, it's resist in 2 days now, because it was recently or just last Sunday that we have to go and remove some of the deaths because the sea is taking them. So as at yesterday and today, the sea has resist small. It has just went back small. We are still entering into, we are going to June, as in the month of June. And in the month of June is the serious rise of the sea, which will destroy the whole place as we talk. So we are pleading to the government, as how they said, they want to do the sea defense, or they want to continue. We are pleading to them that they should stand fast and do it. In the little days that we have till June, we are pleading to them that they should come into our rescue by constructing the sea defense for us. Other than that, when we enter into June, the whole area will be washed away, including the road that we have. So we are pleading for them to come to our rescue.
Gideon Tete is a Unity Committee member for Amotinu Salakope electoral area in the Volta region. The Tanker Drivers Association of Ghana is urging broader consultation on proposed measures by Interior Minister Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak, which would require drivers to obtain certification from the Ghana National Fire Service before transporting and discharging fuel at service stations. The association argues that its members already receive such safety training and is calling on the minister to provide clarity on the new directive. Speaking to Citi News, the association's vice chairman, Sunday Alabi, welcomed the initiative to enhance safety and prevent fire outbreaks, but stressed the need for dialogue to avoid redundancy and ensure effective implementation.
As a tanker driver or assistant, normally we don't even call them drivers anymore. We call them bulk vehicle operators, BVO. They are bulk vehicle operators. So as an operator of a bulk vehicle, one of your standards is that you need to know how to fight fire. So it's in line with what we are doing, because what we're carrying is flammable goods. So you need to know how to extinguish in case of any fire or anything. So the fight is okay with that. The training is okay with that. But what we are saying is that we are doing that training already. So maybe the minister have to knock out our door, and then we sit down and see what best he wants us to do, because the LI has explained what we need to do already. So we don't know what differently he wants to add up. So it's good. It's an expansion and it's upgrade. So we don't have any problem with it, but we need to know what is in for us to train to add the knowledge we have already.
Sunday Alabi is the Vice Chairman of the Tanker Drivers Association of Ghana. And that's it for today's edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Good afternoon.